Hi, everybody. Yes, it's me, Deborah, from Deborah's Blue Tarot. I hope everyone's doing well this morning, feeling well. I am, I had thought that I was working today, and some of you probably got comments from me and so forth um, from today. And so I get up early, right? 5 a.m. and I get dressed. Well, not dressed, I shower. The whole morning routine. Everybody's got a morning routine. And I get out of here at 10 minutes to 6. And I have to find this card to get rid of it. And so I get in, I sit down, I have my coffee, da 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 da. I punch in at 5 minutes before 7. And um she does it better than me. Anyway, so I get in and my manager looks at me and she says, "You're not working today." And I go, "Yes, I am. It's in my calendar. But there's an X on the schedule." And I went, "Oh, okay. So you want me to leave?" And she's like, "Well, unfortunately, I can't have extra people here. They won't allow me to have extra people here." And I said, "Okay, well, I'll see you next week." It's like being thrown out. It's just a weird feeling. I'm a contingent employee now at this point in my life. I do not want to be on the schedule on regular days. And what I do is I give her my month in advance, like I've already given her July, just in case, um, not just in case, but she'll plug me into spots that she needs filled. So I typically work anywhere between 5, which is a low amount, to 10 days a month, which would be a high amount. And here I am trying to got all these new products and stuff. Not from my stylist, she doesn't sell that stuff. But so I had this time this morning. So I stopped into CVS and picked up this, that, the other. And I hope I look okay. I'm even wearing mascara. I don't know if you can see it. It's brand new. I used to use that stuff for your eyelashes. You'd put it on. I'm going to start using it again. It makes your eyelashes grow. And it works. For real, my eyelashes were so thick and so long that when I would put my reading glasses on, it would touch the lenses. It would be like, I'm going to start using it again now that I have to look palatable for the videos, and especially an upcoming live, which is up and coming. I just haven't figured out when yet. Anybody have any ideas? I don't want to do it on Sunday because Jen, Lynn, Becca, and Johnny have a regular Sunday program, either 7:30 or 8:30 on Sunday. So not that I would dip into their, you know, people that show up, but I'm just saying I don't want to do it at their time. If I didn't know about it, that'd be different. But I do, and I don't want to intrude on their time. So, and then in the morning on Sunday, Scott and Nancy Jean from Nancy Jean's Garden, which is a magnificent channel, and Scott Allen, he's phenomenal. He is also one of the best channelers I've ever seen. I believe he drives a truck for work, and he would like pull over, when you're off or whatever, and he'd pull over to the side of the road and get into the like cab or whatever, and he would channel. And it was incredible. Like George Washington, whatever. He's really great. And if you're not members, if you haven't subscribed to them, which I'm sure a lot of you have, but if you're new and you haven't, I highly recommend both of them. And Scott and Nancy Jean do a Sunday morning show, which is like Sunday Intuitive something or other, but it's Sunday morning Eastern time around, I want to say like maybe 10:30. You can check with them. But Scott's one of the first people I've ever seen channel before, and it is outstanding. For entertainment purposes only, YouTube. This is just my opinion based on nothing more than the energy that I feel from my cards and pendulums and so forth. I am not using a pendulum for the morning reading. I will do one tonight, and I will use my rods. But for this one, I want to catch up. Well, I do have a pendulum, actually, in my thingy here. Just in case, because sometimes I like to get verifications. You've seen this one before. This is the one that I keep having a knot in it. So we'll use this to verify if I need to. I'm sorry that I am so close, but I had to plug in to oh, I love my vision picture. I had to plug in to charge because I didn't plan to be here this morning, right? So I have a thank you, all of you, every one of you. And there's a subscriber who I can't look it up right now because I'm on, but I apologize directly to her for not knowing the question that she asked me. And it was like right around the time that I had the 2,500. And I asked her to resubmit it to me, but I want to specifically apologize to her because I can't find it. And I would graciously like her to resubmit that. I will, if she does that today, I will put it on tonight's reading, okay? I'm sure you know who you are if you're watching this. And like I say, I truly apologize. It was not because it wasn't important. It is important. Everybody's important to me. And I think you all know that by now. For those of you who are new, I am Deborah. Deborah's Blue Tarot. Wearing mascara. Anyway, and lipstick. And a little makeup and so forth. We are going to use the Starlight Tarot deck this morning. I've got a bunch out here, but, I may change it. We're going to start with Diddy. Will he get pardoned by the felon? I'm going to ask my pendulum. How's that? I'm going to bring this down just a smidge, okay? I have to get some clothes. I know you guys like colors. Anyway, I have more. I seem to gravitate to gray, blue, gray, black, blue. I do have a lime green that I love. Anyway, I have to iron it. Pendulum, please connect me to Spirit. Spirit, are you there? Yes, you are. Spirit, can you please be with me? I want to ask for white light protection for myself and those that are in my community and my family, of course, and all of those people who have asked me for prayers, and I am sending you healing, love, and light from the Creator through me to you. I ask the Creator to place a dome of white light around me and all of us, to be with me as I read on the questions asked of me and as I attempt to access the highest sources of knowledge. And with that, I can feel it. I say, Amen. Okay. Now that we have said our prayers, Spirit, you with me? Yes. Spirit, can you please tell me, yes or no, will Diddy get a pardon from the felon? No. Clear, please. Will Diddy get a pardon from anyone who is allowed that privilege? No. Okay. So, Diddy, you're screwed. Ivana. Ivana has crossed, and she is very much at peace and in the love of Spirit, and with those people that she loves that have also crossed, family, friends, pets, whatever. Ivana, was Ivana pushed to her unaliveness? Yes. Clear, please. Was Ivana under the influence of any kind of medication, prescribed or not, or perhaps a glass of wine or anything that could have impaired her enough to fall without being pushed? No. So, Spirit, what you're saying, clear please, is her unaliveness was not an accident. Is that correct? Yes. And that's just according to my energy from this pendulum Other people may have other feelings about this. They're not wrong. I'm not wrong. This is just what I'm feeling in this moment, okay? Elroy and Stephen Miller's wife, are they leaving, whatever that means, together? Elroy, Spirit, is Elroy and Stephen Miller's wife having a canoodle? Yes. Clear, please. Is Elroy and Stephen Miller's wife, oops, I'm sorry, that was me moving that. Are they in some kind of a, I'm not calling it a relationship, a physical relationship? Yes. Are they planning on leaving, clear please? Thank you. Are they planning on leaving the country together? No. Clear please. Is Elroy planning on leaving the USA? Hold on. Let me start over. Clear, please. Spirit, is Elroy planning on leaving the United States under his own, by his own choice? That's a yes. Clear, please. I'm going to ask another question. If he chose not to leave on his own volition, would he be forced to leave? That's a yes. He's going to leave on his own. Jasmine Crockett and AOC, two of my most favorite members of Congress. Let's ask one by one, okay? Once the blue hats, Spirit, will the blue hats take control of the Congress and the Senate after the midterm elections? Joust. Yes. Big yes. I'm going to ask it again. Spirit, will Congress turn blue after the midterm joust? Yes. Clear, please. Spirit, will the Senate turn blue after the midterm jousts? Clear, please. Let's go to the question itself. Spirit, clear. Will Jasmine Crockett become the head of Will Jasmine Crockett become the head of the Congressional Oversight Committee? Big yes. Clear, please. Will AOC become the head of the Oversight Committee? That's a no. Much love to AOC, to everything she has done, all of her work. I donate to her. I can't afford a lot, but it doesn't matter. Again, remember, if everybody sent $1, $2, $3, whatever you can afford to these amazing public servants, think of the amount of money that they would have. Okay? I'm just saying. Give that some consideration. I just have to do a fluff. Pardon me. There we go. Okay. Let's ask another question about AOC. Because she is the original badass. And I mean that in the most impressive way. Will AOC, Spirit, become the head of any of the committees in Congress once the blue hats take over? That is a massively big yes. Now, they both will rise. I have another question regarding Congress. Spirit, will Hakeem Jeffries be the new Speaker of the House when the blue hats take control? Yes. I've read a lot of comments from people, not just here, but on other platforms, about Hakeem Jeffries and how people are disappointed and da 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 da. Remember something. He has to play it chill right now. He cannot be Jasmine Crockett or AOC. They are original. He doesn't need to be like that. They are like that because they're amazing. But do not sell him short. The other day, and I think I commented to somebody about it, the other day he was, for entertainment purposes only, he was at, like, he does like a press conference regularly, whether it's monthly or however. And he was in the Congress itself. This was not a press conference, but he was in Congress itself, and he was asking a question as the minority leader in Congress. Minority as in the fact that the blue hats are not the majority, okay? And somebody who's sitting on, in the like committee, one of the red hats, made a comment to him, and he said, and this is not a direct quote, but he said something like this. He said, "Excuse me, but I am talking." He did the "I'm talking, you're listening" moment. And he said, I don't work for you. I work for the people of the United States of America. And when I ask a question, I am asking it for them, not you. It had to do with Medicare, Medicaid, topics that are relevant to the budget. And it was like, oh, whoa, you go, Hakeem. So don't think that he doesn't have the mojo, because he does. Everyone sold Nancy Pelosi, who I'm really mad at right now. So forget that. But I'm talking prior to her doing what she did with George Clooney and I'm sure a bunch of others to humiliate our beloved President Biden. And basically saying, step aside, okay? Anyway, this is in the past when she was the badass. And she was the Speaker of the House twice. And she never brought a bill to the floor that she didn't have the votes for. Nobody in my memory, and my memory is long, and I'm not young, right? Nobody in my memory was a better Speaker of the House than she was, ever. And she was very measured in her tone in the public view, in the public arena, etc. But she would go back into that room with her colleagues, both sides of the aisle, and do a finger point. Not literally, but you know what I'm saying? Do not think that he does not have the cojones, because he does. He just needs to be a little chill right now, okay? So I don't want you thinking, oh, I don't want him to be da 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 da. So anyway, I just want to say that to you. Somebody asked about, this may be that question that she asked. I am not sure, but I want to read on it. I'm going to use the pendulum for this. It's a yes or a no. Will Citizens United ever be overturned? Yes. Clear, please. Now, keep this in mind. Congress and the Senate can overturn SCOTUS. It's very simple. They have to pass a law. Not a legal ruling, a law that gets signed into law by the sitting president. And they will. When? Cannot tell you. Let's ask. Spirit, clear, please. Spirit, Citizens United will be overturned, you said. Is that true? Yes. Clear, please. Will it happen before 2028? Yes. Clear, please. Will it happen before the 2028 election, but after the Blue Hats take power? Yes. Yes, yes, yes. That is one of the biggest problems, because Citizens United allows for secret, private donations of any amount. A corporation is a citizen. No, it's not. A corporation is a corporation. I'm a citizen. The head of the corporation is a citizen, theoretically. You get me? Okay. I'm going to ask this question as well, because this one is very close to my heart. As a second generation American born from a family of immigrants from Eastern Europe just before the Nazi occupation. Okay? Spirit, clear. Will the migrants that lost their TPS as a result of SCOTUS, will they get it back from the Blue Hats when the Blue Hats take control? Yes. There's going to be a lot of changes, okay? They have a lot of work to do. They need not 2 terms, they need at least 4, and then maybe more. Maybe we'll just get rid of those, whatever. Now, there are some really good Republicans in my memory. Eisenhower, but I wasn't born yet, but I'm a student of history, as all Americans should be. Sorry, but it's true. Um, and others. I can think of others. He wasn't, you know, interesting. Bob Dole was a very good, very fair conservative. The amazing John McCain, can't stand his daughter, but I adored him. I did not want him to win the presidency because I'm an Obama girl. I have no regret about that. However, I have enormous respect for John McCain, his service to this country, both in war and in the Senate. An amazing, amazing man. Going on the record. And others too. I do like Liz Cheney. I don't agree with her politics, but I love her patriotism. And she stood up like Adam Kinzinger, same thing. She stood up and put it all on the line, as did he, to do the right thing. And while it is true I do not agree with conservative politics in a general sense, there are, without doubt, many who are amazing. We're at 31 minutes. We're at 32 minutes. I am so sorry I haven't pulled cards. I've got more questions. I am going to end this video and literally continue in another, continue, okay? So I'll see you in a minute. Love and light. Peace out.